Interesting. Good. Yeah, please don't mind my hair, okay? Yeah, welcome to another wonderful day of Insta Life, and joining me today will be the one and only OC. Hope everyone has had a wonderful day. Yeah, I need to move this thing away from my body because sometimes my head is really, really big when I look at myself on this thing. Okay, so doing sound check, everything all right. I'm going now to bring in Osita Onwuzulike. Sometimes I don't even know what to do. Yes, that's it. Hey, it's coming. Come boy. Yes. Osita's going to join us soon. Yes, and that's it. It's connecting, and we're going to have it. It's going to be a good internet day today, I believe, unless BT is messing up. Trying to connect. It's taking longer than usual. Oh, I think there may be a problem here, but let's see as it goes. Hello. Let's see. Should I let me do that again? Add. Yeah.
Yep,
Hey. Yep. Good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Very well. Good evening, everyone. Good evening,
Okay.
Odepii. I'm very
Yeah.
well. Very well.
Yeah. I see that most people will just sit down on the chair and you know enjoy the moment. I've seen that with I've seen that with Roland as well, and yeah, I think
Yeah.
Tisho too did that. But for me, I just sit down on my bed and how are you doing now?
I'm good. Very well. Very well.
Yeah, great. How is Church? Uh, how is Church?
Very sunny and warm
Yeah, cool,
today. Yeah.
cool. Interesting. Good to have you here today. And how are you coping with the COVID virus and things?
Good. Taking the social distancing measures and guidelines as to how we understand the virus and its spread. So we're taking the appropriate measures. I would
This
say.
one that this one that you're looking like professor, is it is that your line these days?
No, I think it's more like screen time, so much screen time and everything.
Okay,
So you have
so you
to
need to
take,
protect your eyes.
yeah, yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, good. Welcome to our discussion, interview, our chat, cricket and life. It's about Ibadan Metropolitan Cricket Club, and it's nice to have you.
Thank you
You
very
know what? In my head, I'm thinking your brother will come before you, but it didn't happen because a lot
much.
has been spoken about him and all that. Yeah, but it's good to have you.
Thank
So
you.
let's dive in straight up.
Yeah.
We will be talking about Church CC at some point, so be prepared.
Okay. Okay.
So, how this is number one question for everyone. Just want to understand how it started for you. So, how did cricket start for you?
I would say cricket started for me at Ansarudin Grammar School. So I attended Ansarudin as well, but I wasn't always in Ansarudin. I did. I came to Ansarudin SS1. That should be year nine.
Yeah.
So when I got there, though from my previous school, I was doing physical health education. I've heard of cricket, but I didn't have. It was asked in junior WAEC, the WAEC exams.
Yeah.
So when I got to Ansarudin, and in my class, I had like people were saying after school they had training for cricket. And I was like, wow, interesting. Let me see what this game is like because I've
Who
heard of
was in your class? Who
it.
was the
Austin
notable person in
Aragon.
your class?
Austin
Oh,
Aragon
okay.
was my classmate. Aziz
Okay.
Salako was my classmate as well.
Okay.
Yeah, majority of people now said them play cricket. So After school, we went to the field and then he gave me a bat and I was like, bowl to me or toss the ball to me, and I was whacking everything around. So from there, that was our the next year, SS1. By SS2, I was in the team, and I was before I left the school, I became the vice captain at some point.
Before you left secondary school?
Yeah.
That's from SS1 to between SS1 and SS3. You already became. Yeah. Wow, yeah. That's a big one. So tell us, so what then happened after school? After you left school, you know, how did you continue to play the game?
Yeah, notable mention. I would mention someone that really impacted us then in secondary school, Akalu Anthony. So he was an old boy, and then he lived far away, but he was coming to train boys free of charge, and even ran a coaching clinic at the school then. So that was he kept, and he came to our house, came to our place. But for me, we come from a sporting family. A sporting family where my dad, my uncles were sportsmen. My mom was a sportswoman as well. She played tennis, played hockey for Anambra State and others. So it's not a surprise that we were socialized into sports in a way. She's listening live as well. She's on here as well. Okay. Yeah. So and as well as my wife and some other, my sister-in-law and so on. So that became a bit of an easy thing for any sport we wanted to do. We could get into it and diversify and do everything. So it ended up in a way that we're doing any sport we could lay our hands on and doing it the way we could. So I don't want to tell my brother's story because it's about the same thing because it's diversified into different.
Okay. So yeah. So maybe for you it was even easier for you because you had a brother that you were close in age. And was it really competitive between the two of you, or how was it?
We were more like training partners, because whether anyone was there or not, we were always on the field training on our own. And if we couldn't go to TBS, we'll go to stadium and do something. If we couldn't, we do the jogging and so on. So that was more like a rugby. Yeah, the teacher reminded me now we did rugby as well.
Really?
Yeah.
So for you, it was a life of whatever happens, you're going to be in sports. So it was easy to just fall in. Oh,
any sport that came my way, we ventured.
Including swimming, ice hockey.
Swimming. We were leaving school when they did the pool in the university, so we didn't get to do much of swimming. That was it. That's the sport. I know how to swim a bit, but I don't know how to swim much. That's the only sport.
So wait. So if that swimming pool was ready in maybe when you were in year 1, you would have gone to swimming.
Yeah, I would learn it. I would learn it. There's nothing mountaineering, adventures, group survival, anything that had to do with outdoors, like spatial ability that has to do with space and managing places. I would venture into it.
Wow, interesting. Okay, this is getting interesting. So quickly, we'll dive into your top 11. I've seen that you're familiar with this, so all this is not new to you. So I'll go into the top 11 and your top 3, then we'll start asking questions right away.
Okay, so, for my top 3, I would go with P4 as number 1. That's Ademola Onikoyi.
Okay, yeah.
That's number 1. Yeah, he's the kind of batsman that has the demeanor of Chris Gales. That he could demoralize the team from the beginning, and the team will recover from it. And then someone to partner him at number 2 will be Josh Ayonike. Josh is someone that rotates strike. Because if you don't rotate strike with someone like Ademola Onikoyi, he feels he's under pressure. He's a person that wants to play.
Okay. He
wants to keep playing. So Josh Ayonike is partner at 2. Then at 3, I was thinking between Segun Olayinka and Odex, but I will go with Odex because Odex and that's Seun Odeku.
Seun Odeku, yeah.
Shane Odeku, yeah. Shane Odeku is someone that can bowl, and as well he can hold the grounds and he can field as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I can
Okay.
see
So
me Onwuzulike as well is saying hi there somewhere.
yeah. So let's go back a little bit. After secondary school, university came, right? Between that period, have you been to Ibadan? No, did you play cricket in Ibadan at all? Were you in any
Yes.
of the tours with
How's
the
that?
early stars with how's that? No, you weren't. Okay.
No, I was still very new in the game then.
Oh, really? Okay.
I learned in the late 90s and left secondary school in the early 2000s.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I see. Okay. It makes sense. It makes sense. Okay. So let's go back. So when you left school, did you get into the league straight up, or
Yeah. What from
what
when
happened?
I left the game, I got into the league, and my first I after my secondary school, that was after the WAEC and every, I had them like a 2-3 months break. Yeah. Then the same Antonio Carlo that trained and brought us up and everything in a way, including house that, because we're linking with house that, and we're playing house that competitions as well.
Okay.
He was sick. So my first club then happened to be King's College Wood Boys Cricket Club.
Yeah. So how did you get into KC? Because everybody one way or the other found their way into KC. So what was KC doing, or what was it? What was the scope?
At that time it was more like the coach or the person that brought us up that mentored us into the game in a way, because he was in the team, so he kept an eye on us in a way.
Okay,
So
it
when
was easy for
we
you
got
to.
into his team first, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So at what point did you get to the national team?
It was a long process, and I would say in a way, because I rose through the ranks of playing for various other clubs apart from King's College Cricket Club. So I'll mention some or a few because it is quite numerous. So we have King's College Old Boys. Then moved on to FGC Warrior Old Boys Cricket Club.
Yes, true that. I remember that. Yeah.
I played for a while and then captained them as well.
Yeah.
Then I missed one before FGC Warrior. Yeah. I was captain of Hausa Dolphins for some years. Yeah, so administrative secretary for Hausa Cricket Club at some point, and then captain of Hausa Dolphins. Then moved on to FGC Warrior. Then from FGC Warrior to GCI Boys Cricket Club.
So GCI is where you stayed for a long time. Is that your longest club?
That was the longest club, and that was where I played last before I left.
Okay. So do you see yourself as a GCI person or FGC Warrior person?
I'm still very much in touch with the FGC guys. Even at some point, myself and Chimeze had to run when they are having their family get together. We had to run the fitness section for them. Yeah, Heroic called on us, and we came and ran the fitness section for them.
So you are everywhere. So your commitment is not to any club; is to every club, to everyone. So let's say I am an Arsenal supporter and I am in Division 2, I am IMCC. In Division 1, because I am a Ibadan person, I tend to go with GCI. So what team would you say you go with?
Like I always say, like even those that know me, when we're talking about football, will be like, any team that is playing well, that's what we'll go for.
No commitment, okay.
Though sometimes I always tend to look at Arsenal and be like, why are they not playing well? What's wrong with them? And like sympathize with them. But I'll be like, the best team. May the best team win, and anything that's playing well, I go for it.
Now that you've said it, let me now go back, because you have not committed yourself. You look like you don't want to commit yourself to something. Now, you play hockey.
Yes, I do. Okay.
Do you play squash?
Yes.
What other game do you play? Apart from cricket?
Basketball.
You play basketball? Yes, handball. Yeah. And you play cricket?
Yes,
Five games. Now, what
it's
game?
more than five, but let's talk about those ones.
It's more than five. What game will you say is your main game?
My main
if you
game
are supposed
is
to choose, it's cricket.
No, my main game is cricket. My main
there's
game
no
is cricket. Now,
there's no confusion about that.
No confusion about that. At some point we had during the Nuga games for that OAU hosted.
Yeah.
Myself and my brother were in the handball team to play for the school.
Yeah. I remember you mentioning that.
We had to go for the cricket competition. The handball was now they picked us because they saw us play a game for Lagos State. A handball game a handball invitational for Lagos State. So the school team coach was coach of Oshun then. So he came there and was shocked to see his students in school playing handball. He never knew. So he was like, no, I must draft you to the team. They conscripted us into the handball team.
Okay, which is good. I like the way you are talking now, because now you are speaking for your brother. It looks like...
No, I don't want to speak for him.
It looks like we if we have brought you in, then we don't need to bring your brother. But your brother needs to answer some stories, because there are some stories that people have talked about him, and he needs to answer by himself. Anyway.
He has his own story to tell, but some of his stories are linked to mine, because we were like
we're always together. Okay. All right. For the sake of myself, who I'm not sure, sometimes I'm not sure, who is older? Yourself?
I'm older.
You're older. Okay.
Yeah, I'm older.
So cricket is your game, even if hockey is going to pay you 10 times more, and in the same competition, you will go for cricket instead of hockey.
Yeah, I have that love for cricket. The love is you can't joke with the love. Because even at some point, my family would have thought if my dad was severe or my uncles, they would have thought football for us or for me. But my classmates in my former school before going to Ansarudin, most of them, when I've still in touch with them, most of them are like, cricket, how did you get into cricket? And they're like, but anyway, it took you places. So
okay. So quick question. The day you saw an invitation or you were called to say you are in the national team, how did you feel?
I was very excited. I was happy. It was a dream come true. We've put in so much hard work. And sacrifices. Yeah, and
where were you? Where were you?
I was in uni then. Then I was doing diploma. So
oh, wow.
I was invited and tried in the trials and though I first made the team as a standby, but we went with the team. Well, the standbys then went with the team, and we had all the training and tour and with the guys.
OC, you are still putting yourself in trouble, but don't worry. I would also, because I can't even differentiate between, I won't be able to differentiate between you. No, you are using we a lot. So I'm not going to entangle you. I'm still going to put it together. So he
was not even that tall when I made the team.
Okay, that was my next question. I was going to say, who made the team first? Yourself
He made
the team first. Okay, all right. What is we? Did you like? Yeah. The funniest thing is that, so that is good. I just wanted to say that. So, this entanglement between yourself and your brother, there must be a chemistry that has formed outside of family. Well, it looks like a family, but again, from outside, it also looks like it's somebody who, if you were into tennis, you would have played as double. You would have played in a double, right? So that entanglement, how do you feel now that you're far away from him, in a sense?
He really doesn't. He really doesn't look different, because we reach and we talk like where we see every day. Okay,
the reason why I asked is looking at you, the cricket you play in Hornchurch or in England, and how your brothers, in a way, have an effect on you in terms of training or giving you the practice necessary. Is that something that you miss? Is that you get where I'm coming from?
Yes. I miss that because then it was like someone from your household that understood you very well. But in a way, I miss that a lot. I miss that a lot. But I've in my current team or in my team here, one or two people that have gotten some kind of bond with in terms of that kind of okay, I want to train. They come over and they're always there anytime we say, oh, even if others don't want to train, you see us message ourselves inbox and we're like, let's go and train. We are going to train. We're going to do this.
Yeah, the ground is not far from your house. You can even walk from your house to the ground, isn't it? It's a long walk. Yeah, but yeah. Okay, that's good. So we have gradually moved from the national team into England. How have you settled in?
No, I settled in really through cricket. Quickly.
Okay.
Through cricket.
Yeah.
Now, what did I do when I came in? I Googled the closest cricket club when I came in, and it gave me options of 4 places, and I decided to look up one and said, Hornchurch. I said it seems good. Let's go. Yeah. So I went with my wife. I found out when they were playing now, and went to the home ground. Now I got there, I was watching, and the first team was playing.
Okay.
We have like 6 teams, 6 Saturday teams.
Really? I'd never noticed that. Okay.
Yeah, 6 Saturday teams. So we're watching, and I went to the bar to get a drink and then crisps and and then someone walked up to me and he looked at me. I was like, do you understand what the game and what is going on? I was like, yeah, I understand it. He said, would you like to see more of our games? I said, yes, I'd like to see more games. And he gave me the fixtures, the printed fixtures. And from there, I told him, he said, so did you play at all or something? I said, yes, I played. And he was like, oh, the team manager is here. And the team manager is here. Would you like to speak with him? Would you like to play? Or I said, yeah, I'm interested. And he took me to the team manager or the club manager. And I spoke with him. And while speaking with him and talking, he was like, oh, have you met our player, Monty?
Monty.
That's Monty Panasa.
Monty Panasa, yeah.
And yeah, Monty Panasa. I was like, no. He said he's on the field. Maybe when he comes out, we'll have a chat with him. Because he was asking me, how did you play? Where did you play? And I was telling him and speaking with him. And, in a way, where you mention or you can play, most times heads go to South Africa, West Indies, and so on. So Monty Panasa came and I had a chat with him. He asked me about the game. He asked what's my role, where have I played, and things like that. I felt like, okay, it was an interview, sort of.
Wow.
Because maybe the manager will be like, we'll speak to him later. How do you see him? So, and then the season was on because I came in July.
Yeah.
And season must have been on from April. They would have started friendlies, playing in April and going out that way. So, finished speaking with him and spoke with Monty and the club manager. And after that week, by the next week, I was playing. I was playing in the team. Yeah.
So for the benefit of those who are watching, right? So Osita came into England, stayed in a place where I lived for, I think, 3 or 4 years, Hornchurch. And I had just moved from that area, right, when he came. And I remember calling you and asking you, where are you based? And you said Hornchurch. In my head was rolling. I said, oh my God, can you believe that? I've always wanted somebody who lived close to me. The cricket pitch was always there. It was sometimes empty. And I was always wondering if there was somebody I could play with. Maybe my cricket would have been better by now. But, sometimes I feel like saying, oh, sorry, mate, I had to leave the area. But that's interesting. I didn't know that Monty Panasa lives in the area. Is it local?
No, I think he was signed in to play for the club. He was signed in, not really that he lived here, but he was signed in to play for the club. at that point. And also
Because
we had this guy as well. This former Pakistani international, Irfan, Mohammed Irfan Jr.
yes, I know he
The
comes to
junior,
play. Yeah, I know he comes
the
to play.
junior was there. The Irfan Jr. was there as well. Yeah, he was in
Okay.
the team as well.
Yeah. So I know Panessa went to Chelmsford. That was the last thing I heard about him. So when you now told me Panessa was a Hornchurch, in my head I was like, really? Yeah. So that's very interesting. So so you've settled in well. What is the difference in kind of level of the game in Nigeria and what you experienced in Hornchurch?
In Hornchurch, now there is a bit now for Nigeria. We put in so much effort in terms of building how we play. That the players in themselves, they don't have that the kind of structure. It's only few teams that have the structure where they tend to look after the players, groom them in a particular way. For some people, it's just the best players, get them, let them play, and that's it. But in England here, you have to move. That you have to push yourself. It's a place where they work according to how you play. That's your talent, and they don't talk down your talent in a way. You could go in and you try to attack balls and you get out and they're like, oh, hard lines. And that's it. The next person goes in and can continue from there. And they don't come back and blame you and say, why did you play this way? You shouldn't have done this. You should have done this. They just encourage you and keep you in a way that whatever you do, they just encourage you.
Okay.
They just encourage you.
So there is a quick question for you, and I'm sure that, I don't know why he's asking, I'm sure that you people have discussed this, and he's coming to ask you. So Zidio like is asking you, if you are given a chance in NCF, what will you do? Which changes would you make, especially with your understanding now? So, what will you do if you're given a chance in NCF? What will you do?
Now, for me, we've talked about grounds, putting the right infrastructure in place, and I'll first of all talk about the grounds. The right kind of ground needs to be put in place. Tough. There is very much difference. Now, first, when I came here, I played the first game. That's training in the net. I was up, and it took me some time to train in the net or train for a while to get used to staying down. Yep. Playing on concrete means you have to stay up. That's first. The second one is that we need to have, for younger players coming up, when you get to what I learned here that I will implement there, when you get to the ground, there are coaches, there are people to help you fine-tune your game. You just have to, as you're playing, someone will just be like, oh, if you do this way, if you do this way, you will get better. You're staying on the up. If you lean a bit, if you step forward, if you do your back lift a bit, then you strike the ball hard and you transfer weight to the bat and the ball moves better.
Okay.
So we need to have those kind of structures in place,
coaching.
Like the coaching in place, and then the academy, sort of a coach on ground to always assist when there are practice times. It might not be every day, but when there are trainings, there should be someone to look out for the players.
So I want to ask you this question, right? When you got into England, into your cricket club, was there a lot of adjustments into the way you play? Are you saying that there were lots of things that you had to relearn or readjust to? Is that what it is?
It wasn't much of relearn. Okay. If you know the basics, it's just a few tweaking or a few adjustments.
So was your basics right? That was the question. Was the basics right?
It is right. But from what I mentioned, the grounds played a factor because I was on the up. But I had to learn to lean into the shot and stay down.
Okay. So what is this? what is the structure of the league like? How would you improve the structure of our league here?
Now, the structure of the league here, we have like two kind of league. There is one that would play time game. There is the time game, and there is the overs game. Now, the time one is more like you come into play. You have now you have 45 overs. You can get if you're batting first. If you're batting first, and the fielding team don't get you out, you can bat up to 55 overs.
Okay.
You can bat up to 55 overs. Then wow. if that means the team batting second will not bat up to that. Then if at some point they get you all out, where you stopped, they have the overs where you stopped added to theirs in a way to score the runs you scored.
Wow.
That's one. Then when it gets to a point, we now play the overs game, which is 45, whatever you score, and so on. So there are chances of drawing a game, and there are chances of not drawing. So it makes the bowlers work hard and the batsmen work hard. So if you score a particular run and your bowlers are unable to get out all the batsmen, you might end up playing a draw, but you will have more. The points will be more based on how you scored and what you scored.
Okay.
So are you going to bring it makes batting harder? So it's something that is worth emulating, because it creates that competitive spirit. It brings about that batsmen work hard and bowlers to work hard as well. So everybody stays in their departments and are able to bring something to the team.
Okay. Wow. Fantastic. That's interesting. So, quick question. The Lagos League, for example, are moving towards a T20 format. The last league competition was mostly T20, right? What do you think about that format? Is that a right approach, or do you think they should revert back to what they used to do?
For me, if I'm to think about why they reason why they are going towards that T20 format, I'm feeling that they want to get more games and limited grounds. They have the limited grounds. So I think the grounds is what it has. Okay, how can we get more games with the grounds we have? So they are now turning to let's play the shorter format, and we can get in more games, and the players need to get more games in. I think that's what made them go towards T20.
Yes, which is interesting, because so then you ask, is this going to do us a favor as a country in the national team? Because if 70 to 80% of the people in Lagos are in the national team, and you are playing this format, what is the detriment to the national team? So maybe that's not a question for you anyway, but now that you mentioned it, I've never seen it that way.
If I would attempt to answer it a bit, I would say for various formats, there are various temperaments for various formats.
Yes.
Yeah. So if we play more of T20 is more like the aggressive type. So you get to see players trying to adjust. But now that is where the training comes in. When they are training to go for competitions in T20 format, there are specific type of trainings they have to adjust to. Then when they are going for ODIs, there are specific training. So it's now how to adjust. They have to adjust their game towards the T20 format. Now, at some point when I was playing and when we were playing, some of us were playing both T20s and the ODI format. So the balance and the adjustment, those are the things that would bring about the difference.
So there is a question here that I myself wasn't sure about. So when I first met you or saw you or know about you, right? I knew you as a bowler.
Yeah.
Then when I started reading maybe this the score sheets or looking at things, you looked like a batsman. Then I remember you coming to Lords, holding the ball, and you bowled. And I was like, that's how you the bowl. You remember that day, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So this person is asking, Osita, do you still bowl?
In the net, yes.
Okay.
I bowled once in a match. I bowled once in one of our games, yeah.
Okay.
I bowled once in one of the Hornchurch games, yeah. But for now, it's more like batting and fielding. And at some point, like when I came to play for London Nigerians, one of the matches I played last season, I kept the wicket. Yeah, so I kept the wicket.
Oh, really?
And,
wow.
Yeah, I kept the wicket, and I had 3 catches. And
wow.
and then banged in a century, not out.
Wow.
As well.
I remember that St. Greg's. I can't remember. Maybe that. I can't remember.
No, not the St. Greg's one. Not the St. Greg's one. Not the St. Greg's one. The St. Greg's one. Yes, I played not out. I came in from church and Roland was like, come. I didn't have my white and I just threw in and took borrowed whites and played and left.
Yes, we are going to get to that part. I'm coming. We're going to get to that part, family life and all that. So, is cricket? Yeah. So there's a question by Queen Tema. Is cricket like your main career or just an interest alongside your main career?
Okay. Here in England, in Nigeria, when I was in Nigeria, I worked as a fitness trainer, having studied physical and health education in university.
Yeah.
Yeah. So coming here now, I'm into education. I teach. So I'm into education. I teach. So cricket is not my main career because it's not a profession. Just like we have the likes of the West Indies and English guys that have it as a career. So it's something that we do weekends or during season or aside. Now the English guys or those that is their career, if they are not playing in their home country, they go over to where it is played or top places and they are still playing. But yeah, it's more like.
Okay, so I'm coming. How well do you think your players will compete against the likes of Panessa? Yeah, you've seen. Yeah, so this question is quite interesting. You've seen Monty Panessa play. Did you face him at all in practice or anything?
No.
Does he still play at Hornchurch?
No, he's moved.
He's moved. So how well do you think our players will compete against the likes of Monty Panessa?
Yeah, if you look at it,
I don't even know why he's asking this question. Somebody that has almost retired.
even if you look at if you now his spins, yeah, but his spin is quite good. Even at that his retirement stage or he's still took lots of wickets for Hornchurch. And that season he was with the team. We had the treble. That we won the T20s, we won our league, yeah, and all that. So we had the treble that season. So his bowling is top notch in terms of his spin. It's still there, but there are some other aspects that would suffer really. Maybe fielding, batting, not too strong in batting,
not too strong in batting.
So, yeah, so those are places, and those are challenges that people that are able. If you play cricket to an extent, sometimes you will see that all-rounders tend to like end up having a solid base in one aspect of their game than the other. For some people, it might be more of batting. They will tend to like go more on batting. I see them batting more than they bowl, or some bowling more than they field, more than they bat.
Yeah. So there's this question coming up again. I don't know if this person is planning to become a national team player or is facing national team. I don't even know. But I'll ask this question again. Does the ball really swing more in English conditions compared to TBS on a cloudy day?
even because I'll say you can give some response to that because you know how the wind is here and swings. So now when you shine the ball in a particular area and everything, the wind will assist you. You'll be wondering how it happened.
We'll follow you. Yeah.
Even following the test, you will see how some balls beat some individual and they're like, what happened? How did he get through? They were shocked at how we passed because then yes, I would say the English conditions in a way help swings. Yeah, it helps swings.
Yeah, but again, you have to consider that the Hornchurch pitch is more or less like an open pitch, rather than when if you go to Lords, for example, where it's surrounded and the wind isn't as effective as a pitch like Hornchurch as well.
Yeah, Hornchurch is more like swinging. Yeah. It's a very open pitch.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. So let's go back. Let's ask one quick question. If you have the chance, right, will you still play for Nigeria?
No doubt about that. If
no doubt.
Yeah, I would. It's no doubt about that.
So if you are called up tomorrow, you're carrying your bag and you're going straight to wherever the camp is to join the team.
I have to put modalities in place because you know how work is here as well, and having being a teacher as well. So we have to put that in consideration. You have to consider.
Well. Yeah. I'm just saying all things.
Our family as well. It was before you as a single man, you'd be like, yes, anywhere they call you anywhere, just go. In fact, your backpack might be ready. If they say let's go, you will just leave from there.
So that was a trick question. So I asked that question purposely. So I was hoping that you wouldn't you wouldn't chop that one, but you try. So the question, and this is going back to a question that somebody has asked. So the missus, right? Did she know you as a cricketer, or was this something you have to explain?
She knew me as a cricketer. She knows me as a cricketer, and I remember then when she before we got married and when she visited, we were the cricket pitch was a place where we used to go and sit and watch games and chat there as well. And she even here she goes to matches with me as well. She went to
really? That's interesting. Wow.
I'll give you a hint. Actually, the video where I scored a century for Hornchurch, she recorded the video.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That's I remember that video.
I took it and edited it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, are you bringing her to LNCC in one of the games?
I'll speak to her about that and see if she, because now we have a young man like he's everywhere.
Okay, cool. It's quite very, very interesting and very, very good that she understands the game. So does she understand the game, or does she just come to watch you, support you because you're together?
She comes to watch me, and as well I explain to her. Even now, if you still be, you will be like, I throw things to her. I'll throw it, and she'll catch her. I'll be like, yeah, well done. Put your hands together and let it come in. So I'll throw things to her. Tell her.
Okay.
And she's trying as well. She's taking catches now.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Somebody said it never reached that time. Anyway, so let's move on. Let's move on, right? Yeah. So we've done your top three. You've Ademola Onikoyi, you've Joshua Ayonaike, and one more person, and Odepii. Yeah. So the next three.
The next three, I'll be talking of someone like Kunle Adegbola.
Okay.
That's coming at number 4. Then
have you seen Kunle Adegbola at all in London, or does he know you are here?
No. Okay. I'm guessing he knows Yeah, I've not really seen him in person, but I know I've seen him once in a while with Solomon. So
okay, yeah,
one or two. Yeah, I see some updates on their Solomon status and the games and everything. So I know he sometimes plays for Solomon's team. Okay. Solomon Legbe in Solomon's team.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Kunle Adegbola. Now I played with Kunle at various points from the days I was in the national team till now. So till when he left or when he was not here in Nigeria. So Kunle Adegbola. Now he's someone that can rotate the strike as well. And at some point, owing to his history of bowling, he can bowl as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Then the next will be Dotun Olatunji.
Yeah.
Dotun Olatunji. Solid batsman. Played with him and was his roommate at various times when he came back to play for the national team. So many of the times he came in and I was around, we were roommates. And we were fucking ourselves up in the room in terms of encouragement because he thinks about the game a lot. He's someone that thinks about the game a lot and he would discuss it with you.
Wow.
So next is Bejide Jide.
Oh yeah.
Bejide Jide. Yeah. He's someone that he cricket is his passion. It's a passion for him and he's a passion for him and
Bejide.
Yes, Bejide.
Really? He doesn't look like someone who likes cricket.
Bejide really likes cricket. He likes cricket, so yeah. Who is that? AP Mango.
Wow, so, interesting. Yeah. Just so you know, well, we still have time. So 6:49 normally. We'll go by 7 o'clock. The stream goes off, then we come back, but we still have a lot of time to do that. Okay. So, who is this Shilmax? Okay, this guy has come. Yeah. So, in terms of career, how has cricket helped you?
I would say even to the point of getting into school, getting into uni, and everything, cricket really played a role. Now, getting to GCI and then getting to GCI, it happened that we were not graduates then, so we enrolled into, it was cricket that got us to say to OAU in a way.
Yeah, you're still using we. Okay.
Okay, it was cricket that got me to OAU. Cricket got me to OAU.
Don't worry, just be yourself.
Yeah.
I don't.
Cricket got me to OAU, and at OAU, when I got to OAU, met someone like Aki Ajayi, who played who we trained with, helped restructure and the OAU team, the OAU team. Now for GCI had an influence in our education because they helped or they assisted in terms of scholarship for we have scholarship from them for education.
From who?
Yeah. From GCI.
As in the cricket club?
Yes.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So is that something they do normally or just for you because you're talented?
When you go in, they want everybody in the team to have a solid base in terms of future and career-wise. So what they do is they ask you, when you're coming into it, and they ask you, what do you do? What do you hope to achieve? What do I hope to achieve in future? And how do you want to go about it? So when I told them education, and they are like, okay, how do you want to write exams? Do you want to? So I did that, and from there did diploma and then moved on from there.
Wow, interesting. So it was quite interesting, and I'm hearing this for the first time, and I thought this was only something we do at Ibadan Metropolitan Cricket Club, but it's good to know that GCI is emulating us, and they are trying to do the same thing for people in GCI as well. I see somebody, Tiloy, who's asking, you think say we'll be small boy? So in terms of captaincy, I know you've captained yourself, but if you have to rank everyone who has captained you, who would you say is the biggest motivator?
Now in the various teams, right? National team, or would you say club side?
Any team across every cricket team you've played, who would you say this cricket captain is, or maybe let's say two cricket captains that have been the best, or that will be your best motivator, or who you will call on any day, anytime?
I'll call on Kunle Adebola.
Okay.
One, and I'll call on now. I'll say this because he's Akintunde Ajayi.
Yes, I was expecting that. Yeah.
He's like we go a long way in terms of many things, from education to encouraging one another and everything. It's like a brother. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's really why. Yeah. We go a long way in motivating and encouraging ourselves. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. I was expecting that because I hear a lot about that relationship between yourself when you were in Ife and all that, how you balance that. So there's this question I was going to ask you. How terrible did you play in any cricket Nuga games? Did you play any?
No. I didn't play Nuga cricket.
I purposely asked that. So what do you think? Did you think you missed out, or what, or And I ask this because for some of us, it was part of the motivation of going to the university. So if at the end of 4 years there was no Nuga, how did you feel?
It was I felt very bad not playing. I felt bad not playing cricket Nuga, and it happened to be that as the captain of OAU Cricket Club at some point, or for some years before I left the school, even though we didn't play Nuga, or the school OAU as a team didn't play Nuga, we had to organize invitationals. I trained more people that didn't know the game. Now, one of the players that came up from that stable of training is Emmanuel Israel, that plays for IMCC currently now.
Okay.
He came up from training with me in terms of fitness, skills, and you will see that if he's exhibiting his skills, he has the skills of various people he came through in Ife, because he learned from them in-house. Yeah.
So if you were to advise a young self, self, and given all that you know now, what would you say are the 3 things you have to take on with life or with cricket?
With life, I would say first is trust in God, and no matter how hard it gets, there will always be an opening. God will always make a way. For me, I'm a Christian, and I always say this: there are certain things that you cannot explain about your life, but if you are steadfast and hold on and try to do the right things at the right time, don't push it so much, you would make headway.
So that's what you just explained, that philosophy, right?
Yeah.
Is this from I know you said you're a Christian and all that. It also applies to cricket in a way. If you were here and Roland was talking about cricket is life, and this is what we say a lot: life is cricket, cricket is life. Do you think that that's about cricket as well? If you wait for it, the openings will show up.
Yeah. I would say cricket is life. Yes. The cricket teaches you so many things: patience, being on time, discipline, the right attitude. Sports as a whole, which cricket is one of. Test teaches you patience, teaches you to concentration, and so on. It's about the same, or it's the same. In life, those things you get from cricket, you apply to life. You apply to life. Now, so many people look at it and say, oh, cricketers are always disciplined, cricketers are always clean, cricketers, there is a kind of charisma that when they walk in and you see them, you know that there is something different about them. So those are the kind of attitude that cricket brings about or makes you display.
Yes. So I'm going to ask you one more tougher question now. And while you are talking, when you answer my question, there is going to be a timeout. I'm sure of that, because I'm sure that 2 minutes won't be enough. So the question for you is this: you've played hockey, you've played squash, you've played handball, you've played badminton, you've done cricket. How has cricket gone ahead of those guys in terms of technicality, in terms of how is cricket better?
Okay. Now, skills. I started playing cricket before I got into hockey. So it was more like bringing cricket skills and techniques into hockey for me. For hockey, I was a striker. So what cricket brought for me in terms of hockey, when we went to West African University Games, it was more like, and the midfielders and so on, or they strike the ball hard, and because of the hand-eye coordination, I'm able to deflect the ball into the net as fast as it is. It's like facing a very fast bowler, and you're still able to connect or make contact with the ball. So it was more like bringing that knowledge of cricket into hockey for me. And handball was more like catching the ball. Now, for cricket, you are catching a smaller ball. You get to handball, the ball is bigger.
It's bigger.
It's bigger. And you're able to twist the ball, move the ball, and then throw, catch, and all that. Move in space, and they throw the ball to you, and you catch it, and like it.
Yeah, like I said, we're going off now, and we're going to come back, okay? And we'll continue from the handball